More now, the breaking news of Sunday's FBI arrest of D.C. Ward 8 Councilman Trayon White. He went before a U.S. magistrate and was formally charged with $156,000 having been taken in bribes in exchange for using his position as a member of D.C. Council, and that to try and extend several city contracts. Joining us this afternoon, one of the people who broke this story for the Washington Post, Emily Davies, is with us. Emily, first of all, great reporting on this story. Well done on that. Talk a little bit about, having just really sort of read my way through the pleadings earlier today. This is a very comprehensive case that the government is offering.
That's right. It's a really comprehensive case, almost jarringly so. The complaint includes a number of photographs of Councilmember White inside of his car, allegedly taking envelopes full of cash. It's one of those documents that, in some ways, the more sad it seems. It's just payment after payment in exchange for what officials are alleging is Trayon White using his political office to pressure folks to extend contracts that maybe shouldn't have been extended. We don't know.
And along with the pleadings, the documentation seems very thorough as well. This isn't Trayon White's first issue. It is his first legal issue, really, certainly, and of anything of this magnitude. In the pleadings earlier today, usually those are pretty pro forma. Were any statements made? Did even the suspect in this case offer make a plea, that sort of a thing? What happened, I guess, is what I'm asking.
It was a cut and dry hearing at Superior Court. We had a colleague who was there, sort of bearing witness to the whole thing. There's this irony and this sort of, as I said earlier, this sadness to it, because Trayon White in many ways is known in DC for defending people who are in court and having their back, and showing up in jail sometimes to say hi to people and to check in on conditions, and to sort of have him in that role is really jarring for people in DC. Though, as you mentioned, he also has a bit of a checkered past and is no stranger to controversy and orthodox style of being a politician, and has said some pretty off-color comments in the past that have gotten him in hot water. So it's these things where I think people felt like, okay, Trayon White's a little different. He's got some flaws, but the magnitude and comprehensiveness of this court filing is really different, and it's just shocking people in DC.
Those of us who have been doing this for a long time, and I'm certainly in that category, you can't help but make the parallels here, rightly or wrongly, with Marion Barry, because it's the same sort of a thing. The accusations, the arrests, the word getting out was shocking in both of these cases. Never mind the fact that both of them had sort of outsized personas and embraced this notion of sort of fighting the power kind of a thing. But it's comes at a time on council when the mayor's office had pretty much eclipsed district council, sort of in the balance of power, if you will. This isn't going to do anything, I think, to change that balance right now. But we haven't heard from the mayor, have we?
No, the mayor spoke briefly about it this morning and just said that she needed to review more of the specifics. So we're waiting to really hear where she comes down on quite how bad this case is against Councilmember White. She called it troubling, but I think we can expect her to say something in stronger language at some point soon.
Yeah, I think you're absolutely right about that. And there's also sort of then the question of, in 77 days, there's a general election, and Trayon White's name is on the ballot, and it's entirely likely that irrespective of what's happened so far, he'll get reelected. And that then, I think, presents some real problems for council as well.
Yeah, I think there are questions of how quickly and if council will act right now, if they'll come back from recess and try to look into this seriously or take some sort of action before the election. But yeah, I mean, he defeated 2 primary challengers and is expected to win. At least he was right before this. So we'll see.
Emily, what's your feeling, too, about maybe a little closer look at what's going on council now? This will bring unwanted attention, I think, to the body. It's largely the chairman has sort of the he has the gavel, but maybe doesn't have the attention of a lot of the Washingtonians. But it's people like Trayon who sort of embrace this larger political profile. I wonder too how that'll change. And I realize I'm asking you to sort of presuppose here, but all of this now suddenly will be viewed through this lens, I think.
Yeah, and I think one of the big questions here is how far this goes. If this complaint filed by the FBI includes all instances of corruption involving Councilmember White and the council, or if there are other government officials who will be implicated in this mess. So that's certainly what we have our eye on. I don't have anything to share on that right now.
Sure.
But I think, if you want to know what we're thinking about, that's what it is.
We appreciate that. Emily Davies with the Washington Post. And again, terrific reporting by you and your colleagues over there at the Post on this story. We'll all be watching very carefully.
Thank you.
Step away for